summer vacation is the best. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Intrepid Emma, and here we talk about living and learning creatively and finding your voice. Today I'm actually going to share some information about the Canadian education system because I have lived on and off in Spain and traveled a lot. I get a lot of questions about what it's like to actually live in Canada as well as study in Canada, whether as an international student or maybe a little kid. So to start off, school is usually from September until June in Canada, and then you have about 2 months holiday. You also get around 2 weeks at Christmas and another week in March that's just called March break. And then every province has its holidays strewn in, usually a day here and there, about a day a month. And you also get your national holidays. So now we're going to talk about a really important initial note, which is that in Canada you have the option of public, sometimes Catholic, publicly funded, and private schools. We don't really have semi-private, which is very common in places like Spain. So each province and territory has a majority of public schools. Now, in some places, you also have the option of going to a publicly funded Catholic school. Now, the reason for that is not exactly complex, but it goes into history. So let's sum it up as to create some balance between the Protestant and Catholic people that were living in Ontario and Manitoba, maybe around 100 years ago, let's say. They decided to give people the option of publicly funded public, which could be Protestant at the time, schools, and Catholic schools. So you get to choose. You can direct your taxes towards one or the other as well. And you don't have to be Catholic to go to a Catholic school. So public schools are completely secular. Catholic schools do have religion classes, and the majority of people, of course, are Catholic. But you can go if you practice another religion, or if you're not religious at all. You may choose to go to that school because it's in a better neighborhood, or because, for whatever reason, you might just prefer that school. Maybe your friends all go to that school. Or maybe your parents think it's slightly closer to home and you don't have to cross the train tracks, which is the opposite of what happened in my case. The public school was closer. It's very good quality. You still have certain secular values that have to be abided by in Catholic schools because we're basically following the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So it's not like you're being imposed upon necessarily if you're not Catholic. But if you are Catholic, it's a very supportive environment for you to grow in your faith as well as having a good quality education. So that's an option as well. Now, private schools, that is a whole other beast. And I've never gone to a private school myself, but I know people who have. And like I mentioned before, private schools may be because you have a special interest and you need a lot of time dedicated to sports. Maybe you're even going to the Olympics and you need a really flexible school or a school that actually has a lot of support for swimmers. So you go to a sports specialized private school. You might be an extremely intelligent kid who's passing through their grades really, really fast. And you want to go to the University of Toronto schools, which is a private school downtown that you have to take an entrance exam to get into and then pay. Or maybe your family is well off, so you go to Havergal or Upper Canada College or Appleby College. I'm talking all Toronto-based private schools, which are very connection-based. They're good schools, obviously, but it's mostly about the connections and the opportunities you get. So keeping in mind that private schools cost in the thousands of dollars every year. So it's an option, but it's not an option for most people. We'll do another video from kindergarten up until the time that you graduate high school. So if you're really interested in this, you can also check out the blog post I created explaining in a lot more detail below. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please give it a like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so that you hear about any new videos that come out, especially in this education series. We cover living a creative life, learning in a creative way, and finding your voice. So if that appeals to you, I'd really love it if you join our community. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.